the next section is about broadcast. This is interesting. There's a few people on this call so far have been ex-broadcast, and broadcast was, for me, wasn't growing enough, and AV was exciting. And now it feels like it's gone round the corner again. And in a moment, I'm going to be joined by Stuart now from Holdan. You need to look at this picture before I move on, because this might help you in the next competition. So this was a big green hippo supported event, a whole stack of Hippotizer servers. So we're going to, 3 questions to this. We're going to talk about briefly about KVI TV7. I want to know where it is. I want to name one of the partners who's going to be with us at NAB on our booth. And this might, the question, the photo I showed you a minute ago might help you. Which major song contest was featured on the previous slide? Just send your answers into marketing@tvone.com. So NAB this year, we're doing something different. We're working with a number of brands. So you can see them coming up here: DigiLED, Digital Design Group, FX Design, and we're showing a complete infrastructure piece at our booth, collective booth at NAB. Already done a bunch of work with the guys, but just to show you, and this might highlight the topic Stuart and I are going to talk about next. This is the most recent install. This is KVI a TV7 at El Paso, and this is a recent wall we've done. Stuart, when we started talking, this was a topic that seemed to resonate with us, was the difference between a video wall that was hired in for a show, you know, it's in the studio today, out tomorrow, compared to something permanent like this.
Yeah, it does seem that if it's news related or there's an ongoing requirement for continual broadcasting, then obviously it's more of a fixed installation. But things like that, maybe a game show or things like that, are more a set of things that go on. The equipment is hired in as part of the budget for the production. It can be issues there as far as the thought that there are more requirements in the trade for that type of installation, but in actual fact it's more hired in as and when it's needed.
So how would something like this work? I know this isn't a Holdan install. I know you've done loads of CorioMaster installs. I love your press releases when they come up on your website. But how would this normally run? Would it be the broadcast integrator running this, or would you be going through like an AV integrator to get this going?
I mean, obviously we have a range of resellers that are systems integrators as well as the AV side, and it does seem that the systems integrators, the broadcast systems integrators, don't tend to want to be involved that much with the installation of video wall, and it seems to go through more of a partner they use in conjunction with that, which tends to be more of an AV integrator rather than a broadcast integrator. The broadcast integrator would maybe do all the initial wiring of the studio and all the gallery and the cameras and the lighting and things like that. But when it comes to the video wall, they actually get someone to do that part.
And do you see many walls coming through you like that? Is it a significant number?
I kind of wouldn't say it's that significant. I kind of guess that in the whole that it's because when it comes to programming like this, there isn't that many channels, you know, from a UK perspective. Then it's more to do with the hire and events side of things, that maybe is where there's a larger segment of business, I guess.
But so, I mean, the reason I thought this was a really interesting topic is, you know, certainly our colleagues, you know, definitely in North America, but also if you look out, you know, into Europe and probably further beyond, we've had quite a big success, and I think it's just really interesting, the route to market. I find it fascinating.
I think one of the things for me is that the corporates are taking up a way of being finding solutions to be effectively town criers in their own industry. I think there's pockets of some of the larger corporates that are wanting to create their own ability to get the message across, and are looking at solutions for themselves and investing in the products that way, rather than broadcasting. I think the word broadcasting has changed a lot over more recent times. You know, it's not necessarily the broadcasters as such. It's just a way they're broadcasting a message, and that has filtered into the corporate sector. I mean, even people that are doing Teams and Zoom calls are looking at ways of having a more polished presentation in some ways, and are experimenting with either chroma keying or display monitors on set to reinforce the message that they are wanting to talk about at the time.
Yeah, certainly that's what we're doing here. Just so it's all out in the open. I work with Stuart and his team to re-equip this room. So we're using, we've gone for Panasonic SLRs, you know, and just a bunch of gear. And I love some of the stuff that Holdan does. Like the lighting is all LED lighting I get from them as well. And I think you're absolutely right. It's that companies are becoming broadcasters themselves. And we'll talk about in the next section, we're going to talk about how you could do that with mixed reality. But just even, you know, this might be my dream to have one of your carts with this much gear on it is really cool. And I know I was talking to Chris from Holdan, and how he recently used a cart like this to live broadcast the AV Awards from London.
Exactly. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it's just really accessible. Just to some final topics, some of the things we put into our products for broadcast and for corporate broadcast as well. You know, include things like you know, the AVIP media playback. So these clips aren't playing off a signage player; they're playing directly off the CoreyMaster chassis. I've got a module plugged in. How's that resonated with your broadcast customers? Have they found that a useful tool to have?
Yeah, I think obviously that ability to have something with some form of playlist that they can incorporate, where they've actually pre-produced, if you like, the clips that run alongside it, has a different slant to a traditional studio gallery, and it brings a different side to the product range that allows them to do it not just from a signage point of view, but actually use it as a playlist to play through the clips that they've pre-produced in the production that they want to put together and message they want to put out.
And just finally, like, just thought, you know, you've been so welcoming to us and the tvONE team as we've sought advice to how to re-equip what we do here. You know, what would you say that the core values of Holdan are helping the corporates like us to re-equip themselves and to start that journey?
I think it's the team of people we've got and the experience we've got in the company, and obviously then working in conjunction with the AV resellers that are our channel to market effectively, and between that combination we can offer an awful lot of support and advice to the channel.
Awesome. It's always a pleasure working with you guys. And I think Chris is away at exhibition this week, isn't he?
Yeah, everything's come at once at the minute. Obviously, we've got BSE, and he's been doing a lot of prep for that to come out and make sure that our exhibition stand is kind of ready to go down at BSE. So that's kind of at the end of the week.
Awesome. I hope that goes well for you. And thanks, Steve, for us as well. I just love working with you guys. Awesome, mate. Appreciate your time. Yeah, see you soon now.